Well, the budget hearings are over at the state capitol, but pouring over the line items certainly has not, and one particular expense has caught the eye of lawmakers. It involves a very popular weight loss drug. Our Dennis Owens is here with the story. Good afternoon to you, Dennis.
Good afternoon to you, James. We're talking about the popular drug Ozempic. You've no doubt seen their catchy commercials, and other drugs in the same class called GLP-1 drugs, and how they're prescribed for Pennsylvanians on Medicaid. It was a topic at budget hearings with the Department of Human Services, which allows those drugs to be given both to people with diabetes and people with obesity looking to lose weight. PA, one of just 14 states that allows it to be used for weight loss only. There's not much data to prove that it saves money in the long run, and it certainly costs a lot. In fact, the governor's budget is anticipating that DHS will spend $1.2 billion on Ozempic-like drugs for Medicaid patients next year alone. Some lawmakers question what exactly should be covered under a government safety net program.
Using it as a means for just run-of-the-mill, I want to lose some weight, and if it's that costly, I don't think that's necessarily fair to tax-paying Pennsylvanians, and certainly I'm sure that a lot of their private insurance plans don't cover the same.
What I think is unfair is for folks to dictate what kind of medication folks should be able to take and not take. I think it's also unfair for folks who get to benefit from the medication themselves, from their health care, to then say that other people don't deserve the same type of quality health care.
So there's the debate. The Department of Human Services is by far the biggest gobbler of state budget dollars. Governor's proposing a $51+ billion budget. DHS would get $21 billion of that. James, that's more than 40%. And in hearings last week, Secretary Arkush said the department would take a closer look at the use of these drugs for obesity only, not diabetes. Again, nobody's questioning that. The states, I was surprised to learn, do have some discretion on this kind of spending. PA does choose to prescribe it, one of just 14 states that prescribes it for weight loss only.
Dennis, it was very interesting hearing the two men that you interviewed there laying out both sides of the argument very well. I mean, it was very just fascinating listening to both sides of that argument. You talked about the drug, it can be used for diabetes, also used for obesity. Here in Pennsylvania, do you know what the split is? How many people are using it for one or the other?
So it's almost 50-50 of what we're doing it. I'm also asking, by the way, I'm still reporting on this, we'll have more later. Has the state attempted to go to these companies and negotiate a better price? It's expensive, but we're at $1.2 billion. That would make us a pretty good customer, I would think, the state. Are they able to use that muscle, flex that muscle to negotiate a better price? Trying to get an answer on that. We'll have that for you in our reporting later today.
All right, very good, Dennis. Thank you very much for that report. Appreciate it. You too.